So I'm trying to find the best stump type of plant, and I'm kind of in a toss-up between this one, which is kind of cool because it's thick at the bottom and then flares, and this one, which is thick and then flares a bit higher up. So this one I'm thinking that I want to put some ground cover around the bottom, and if the ground cover gets too high, then this will get covered up. So I'm thinking that I'm going to get this one because same thing. If the ground cover grows a bit, then we can still see a bit of the heavy trunk. I think I like that better. We'll take this one. So for the ground cover around the bottom of that stump, I'm thinking of using Pothos. So here I want to look for a nice full plant. Make sure it's got some trail coming. Looking for any insects. So there's none there. This one's good. It's got a lot of roots coming out of the bottom, which means it's got good healthy growth. Yeah, that's a nice healthy root system. And I think same deal with that one. Some roots out of the bottom and nice full growth. You can just clean up any of the dirt, take off some of the yellows, and make it look beautiful. So we're potting up. I'm going to be potting up the Santa Rosa stump with some ground cover around the bottom. But first I need to set up the Chuza planter. So I've already taken all the packaging off the pots and everything. These are equipped with a sub-irrigation system, which means that when we fill the reservoir, water goes into the bottom up to about this level. And it keeps the soil separated by this mechanism. And I'm going to put that in. And this is the water level indicator, so we know how much water is inside the reservoir. That just keeps the soil out. And then this rocks we put in the bottom. These rocks are called pond, and they actually retain some of the moisture and help with the quick drainage, as well as they draw water up through osmosis. So we're going to fill that into the bottom. Then we've got some soil. Just going to loosen it up a little. So I want to put some soil in the bottom. Now this is some high quality indoor potting mix. You don't want to use outdoor soil. That comes with all kinds of different manure, stuff that smells not so pretty in an office environment, as well as the potential to have bugs. And then I'm going to grab the plant. The styrofoam that can come off. And I'm going to remove the pot. Making a mess. Place that in. Now all the green pellets, we want to remove as many of those as possible. That's actually fertilizer that the growers in Florida put in. But when we put them into the indoor office environment, that could potentially have too much fertilizer for our plants. So I just want to remove it. Okay, we want to make sure it's centered in the pot. And you can see, even though the soil level has come off, we see where we need to bring the soil up to, which does work out perfectly with the edge of the pot. Now, soils come in all kinds of different mixtures. You can see this one is mostly bark. But what we're going to be potting with is mainly Canadian peat moss. Yeah, trees falling down. Oh, oops. Sometimes it's not easy until the plants get well rooted. I'm leaving a little bit of room right now just so I can put the pothos in. The pothos vine is going to be the ground cover. Those in. And what I want to do is put one on each corner just to fill it up a bit, make it look a little more interesting. And two more. So I'm kind of alternating the jade green pothos. Look at the roots on that. Should also loosen those up a little bit, just so they don't stay in a full ball in the soil. And I'm alternating the jade pothos with the golden pothos. Just the different coloration in there. Yeah, those are some nice roots. These will do well. Add a bit more soil to finish it off. You want to pack it in pretty good, but it's okay to pack it a little bit hard because the soil's dry. But if it was wet, you don't want to press too hard because it'll really compact, and that's not good for the plants either. And one final step. What I do is I put in this product called Anto. The main ingredient is diatomaceous earth, which is basically ground up seashells. And what this does is prevents any, I guess, instances of fungus gnats. And fungus gnats are those little, they look like fruit flies, and they're kind of common on brand new installations because they like moist soil. And the soil is moist, of course, because it's a brand new plant and the roots haven't gone into all the soil yet, so it kind of stays damp for longer. I'm just going to mix that in. Now let's take a step back, make sure the tree's straight, it's centered, and that is going to be one beautiful specimen in the office. Now it's ready for a drink. We'll give it a good watering because the soil that we put in was fresh, so it's quite dry. So I want to really hydrate the new soil. Make sure the roots are happy going into the new soil. So I'm going to give it quite a bit, and then we'll let it dry down after we water. And now this Dracaena stump is in its final home, and it's going to thrive here.